A half-done jigsaw puzzle gathered dust in one corner in the room. A group of brother dinosaur models collected cobwebs in another. Sister stuffed animals were everywhere. As for the Cubs' big storage closet, well, just be careful how you open it. Woo-hoo-hoo. It wasn't that brother and sister were naturally messy. They tried to keep their rooms straight. They made their beds most of the time. And they swept and picked up once in a while. The trouble was that when cleanup time came, they spent more time arguing than cleaning. How am I supposed to sweep with your dumb dinosaur toys all over the floor? Argued Sister. They're not toys. They're models. And don't move them. I'm working on a setup of the Pleistocene age, Brother protested. Pleistocene? Schmesmacene? Shouted Sister. Not only was Brother and Sister's room a mess, but Brother and Sister were getting to be a mess too, always arguing about cleanup chores instead of sharing the job and working as a team. Don't you work as a team when you clean up with Mama? Yeah. What usually happened was that while the Cubs argued about whose turn it was to do what, Mama took the broom and did the sweeping herself. And she often did the picking up too. That was the worst part, the picking up and putting away. See, Mom's doing that, huh? Well, the mess just seemed to build up and build up until one day, maybe it was because Mama's back was a little stiff, or maybe it was stepping on Brother's airplane cement, or maybe it was just fed up with that messy room, but whatever it was, Mama Bear lost her temper. She stormed into the Cubs' room with a big box. What do you think she's going to do? The first thing we have to do is get rid of all this junk, she said. Junk, said Brother and Sister, watching in horror as Mama began to throw things into the box. My teddy bear isn't junk, screamed Sister. My bird nest collection isn't junk, yelled Brother at the top of his lungs. Look what she's doing.
Yeah.
What's she doing? Aren't all the toys in the box, right? The screaming and yelling got so loud that it reached Papa, who was in his workshop putting the finishing touches on a batch of chairs that had been ordered by one of the customers. He couldn't imagine what was wrong. He hurried up the stairs and looked into the messy, noisy room. It didn't take a deep thinker to figure out what was going on. Papa got Mama's and the Cubs' attention and called a family meeting right then and there. Now the mess has really built up in this room, he said. In fact, it's the worst case of messy buildup I've ever seen. And it isn't fair, he continued. It isn't fair to your Mama and me, because we have a lot of other things to take care of. And it isn't fair to you, because you really can't have fun or relax in a room that's such a terrible mess. Is he right?
Yeah.
But Mama is putting all my things into a box. Even my teddy, said Sister. And my things too, cried Brother. Then Papa got an idea. A box, yes, he said. Better yet, a lot of different kinds of boxes. A big toy box for your large toys. I can make one for you in my shop. And some smaller boxes for your collections and models. And how about one of those boards with holes and pegs to hang the things on? Asked Sister. A pet board, said Papa. Great idea. All this room needs is a little organization. A little organization and a few rules, added Mama. Rules about more sweeping and less arguing and not leaving things to gather dust and cobwebs. Good idea, huh? Papa set to work making a fine big toy box and a large pet board, while the Cubs and Mama sorted out toys, books, and games and puzzles, and put them into the box that fit neatly into the closet. Every box was clearly labeled. Pretty nice. That's how yours are. Don't you have them in those clear boxes in the living room? Some of the Cubs things did end up in Mama's big throwaway box, not Sister's Teddy, of course, but some of Brother's bird's nest, the crumbling, falling apart ones. It was a very big job cleaning up all that messy buildup. But after a lot of straightening up and putting away, the job was finally finished. Wow, said Brother. That was quite a job, but it was worth it. It looks like a whole new room, said Sister. The Cubs were right. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? And Papa had been right, too. It was so much more enjoyable to live in a neat, clean, well-organized room and so much more relaxing. It wasn't as exciting to open the big storage closet now, but it was much more practical and a lot more fun. Look at everything's labeled with names on it. Isn't that a great idea? And that's how your house is like that, right? Okay.
Daddy, I want
Okay, can I give a hug and a kiss? Because I'm gonna leave now. Okay, will I see you tomorrow?
Daddy, I'm gonna see Daddy. Is it okay to sleep on the ground?
Sure.
Okay.
Actually, Debbie said that we should put the mattress on the ground. Do you know that Debbie said that it might be fun to put the mattress just in the middle of the room and you sleep on that?
Who's Debbie?
Debbie's from JCYS.
Oh.
It's like a transition thing, I guess, between us.
Oh.
Yeah, you know Debbie, right? She does
Oh, I know Debbie.
she does the choo choo.
Do you know that she's the girl lady I play canasta with? She's her cousin.
That doesn't surprise me. Remember when we went to Shabbat dinner at school and Turhan was there and when we were outside and we were doing the candles and the Sukkot and the Sukkah, Debbie said when the train came, choo choo. Choo choo.
And then what did she say?
Well, it was then she went back to the service. Remember, but there were like 6 trains came by during this like 10-minute service.
He likes this. Okay, sons.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay. You'll
We'll see you tomorrow.
Curtain.
Yeah.
I'll
Well, I
be
mean,
here.
we don't really use the shower. We don't even.
Well, whatever. Okay, honey, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day at school tomorrow.
What time are you coming tomorrow?
I'll come about 3:34.
Is that okay?
Yeah, because I'm having lunch with my friends in Evanston. I'll just come right here.
Where are you going?
Lucky Platter.
Never heard of it.
Something. It's been there forever, but it's a new owner.
Get a card.
Okay.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay. Good night.
You too.
Then we up first. Daddy, can we the book?
I'm gonna read an oldie but a goodie. Okay.
I don't want to read the night of socks.
Why?
I don't know.
It's such a good book. It's Daddy's favorite.
It's not my favorite.
What do you want to read?
Honestly, there's honestly the new baby.
Who's gonna have a new baby?
Mommy is. Daddy
Who's gonna be a new big brother?
me.
Oh my God. The Berenstein Bears' new baby. Aaron Skinner Lewis. The Berenstein Bears' new baby. Down a sunny dirt road, over a log bridge, up a grassy hill deep in bear country, lived a family of bears. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Small Bear. They lived in a large tree which Papa Bear had hollowed out and made into a house. It was a very fine house. This is what it looked like inside. It was fun growing up in bear country, helping Papa get honey from the old bee tree, helping Mama bring the vegetables in from the garden. There were all sorts of interesting things for a small bear to do and see in bear country. Small Bear felt good growing up in a tree, in his own room, in the snug little bed that Papa Bear had made for him when he was just a baby. one morning it did not feel so good. Small Bear woke up with pains in his knees and aches in his legs. Small Bear, you have outgrown your little bed, said Papa Bear as he hitched up his overalls and buttoned his soldier straps. She smiled and patted down her front, which had lately grown very big and round. You've outgrown that snug little bed just in time. What will happen to my little bed? Small Bear asked as he caught up with Papa. But Papa was sharpening his axe on a grinding stone and didn't hear. Yes, indeed, said Papa Bear. You need a bed you can stretch out in. A bed that will not give you pains in the knees and aches in your legs. He tested the axe to see if it was sharp, then headed off into the woods. What will happen to my little bed? Small Bear asked again as he caught up with Papa Bear in the woods. Papa had chopped down a tree and was splitting it into boards. We will have a new baby soon, who will need the little bed. A new baby? Asked Small Bear. He hadn't noticed that Mama Bear had grown very round lately, although he had noticed it was harder and harder to sit on her lap. It's coming soon? Yes, very soon, said Papa Bear. With a final whack, he split off the last board, which gave him enough wood to make a bigger bed for Small Bear. They made the bed a good size and took the rest of the day to chip and shave it smooth and neat. Then they carried it back to the tree up to Small Bear's room. When they got there, Small Bear noticed right away that his old bed wasn't there anymore. My little bed! It's already gone! It was true. There was his snug little bed with a new little baby in it. Small Bear had outgrown his snug little bed just in time for his new baby sister. And now he was a big brother. She was very little but very lively. As Small Bear leaned over for a closer look, she popped him on the nose with a tiny fist. Said Small Bear. She has a pretty good punch for a little baby. That night he stretched proudly in his bigger bed. Ah, he said, being a big brother is going to be fun. The next morning he woke up feeling fine, with no pains in his knees or aches in his legs. His nose was a little tender though, because Molly punched him in the nose. That's such a good book.
My sister.
That's sister. That's the new baby.
Yes, sister wants a baby.
But your mommy's gonna have another baby.
Why? I didn't see that one today.
Well, she's gonna have it. May 27th is when Dr. Lee thinks it's gonna happen.
Oh.
Dr. Lee was the first person to ever touch you. Did you know that?
Yeah.
How cool is that? I love you, Prince.
Daddy, awesome, Daddy.
Okay, can I get you some? Do you wanna sleep with your bed on the floor? You wanna try it or no?
No, I'll sleep with my bed right.
Okay, Daddy's gonna get you some stuff.